Hey guys, sorry I haven't been making videos lately. I have been really busy with a lot of personal things that have been going on in my life. But I'm back and I'm ready to start making videos again. My video today is going to be about the House of Night series. Mostly just about the first book, telling you what the series is about and how I liked it. The first book in the series is called Marked. This is the book cover. I have the paperback book, but yeah, this is the first book cover. It is a vampire series. I know the vampire series have been very overdone lately, but this one is like completely different than any of the other vampire books that I've read, and I honestly don't care that they've been overdone. I mean, I still like, the book series, and I love the Vampire Diaries. I love Twilight. I mean, there's lots and lots of books. I don't really care if they've been overdone. If they're good books, I'm going to read them. So I really love this book. And I think even if you think they've been overdone, you'll still like it too, because it's completely different than a lot of other vampire books out there. It is about a girl named Zoe Redbird. She is 16 years old, and the book starts off with her in high school. She's actually at school, and these things called trackers, they come to find somebody that has been marked. That's what they call it when you, when this tracker comes to get you. They mark you, and they mark you with this little crescent moon on your forehead. It's actually blue, or sapphire, or whatever color they called it. So they mark you, and that means you begin the process into turning into a vampire. Right now you're called a fledgling, and everybody knows about vampires. Everybody in the world knows they exist. It's not the traditional, you get bit by a vampire, you turn into a vampire type of thing. Everybody knows they exist. I mean, lots of celebrities, like actors and actresses, are vampires, and people know about them. Like, I forgot who it says that is a vampire in the book, but some like really well-known celebrities they say are vampires. I think like Shania Twain or something. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I forget. I haven't read this book in a really long time, but so yeah, they exist in everyday society. So once you get marked, you have to hurry up and get to a House of Night school, and they're all over the world, because if you don't, then you will die, because you have to be, fledglings have to be around adult vampires that have made the change into a vampire. Otherwise they will get very sick and die. They haven't really described the reason for it. I think it's just biological or something like that, because the change, they don't even really know why the change happens. Like, I think they just say it's something biological, and they don't know why it happens. It just does, to, certain people. But yeah, so you have to go to a House of Night, and Zoe goes to the House of Night in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because that's where she lives, and she meets she very quickly makes friends with this group of kids, and she, she just wants to be normal, and she's having a really hard time with it in the beginning, because there's this group called the Dark Daughters, which is what this book is about. There's this group called the Dark Daughters that are kind of like the mean girls of the school, and the leader gives her a very hard time when she first starts out. And also, something that is very unique why she's having a really hard time trying to fit in is because when you get marked, your crescent moon is not completely filled in. It's just an outline of a moon on your forehead. And hers is completely filled in already, which only happens when you make the change into becoming a vampire. And hers is completely filled in, and so all these people, they're staring at her, and she just wants to be normal, and she's different, and she knows it. And I'm not sure when it happens throughout the book. I think it might happen early on. I can't really remember. But she also is completely different, because like vampires, they can have an affinity for the elements, which means that they, like, not control it, but they, like, can use it if the elements let them use it. But that is very, very rare among vampires, and it's never been heard of among fledglings to have affinities for anything. But since it's very, very rare to even have a vampire have an affinity for one of the elements, she has the affinity for all 5 elements. Earth, water, fire, wind, and spirit, which is the 5th one. She has the affinity for all 5, and that's never been heard of by any vampire ever, and she's just a fledgling. And it's crazy. I mean, she just wants to fit in, and she's completely different. And not only that is she still has her friends and family back home, and they're not really, her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, he keeps sticking around, and she's having trouble with that. And her best friend, Kayla, she totally screwed her over, so she's not happy about that, and just making it a lot harder for her to fit in and to deal with everything that she's going through. And her parents, her mom got remarried to this horrible, horrible man, and her mom just kind of gave up on Zoe. Like, they think that it's wrong to be a vampire, and they're very, very religious, and so she doesn't really have her parents anymore. Like, I think her dad is dead. She doesn't have her mom anymore because this horrible man, like, just took over her mom, basically, and brainwashed her into thinking that Zoe's, like, a terrible person now. So the only person that Zoe really has is her grandma, and she loves her grandma so much. Her grandma is, like, the best thing that's ever happened to her. So at least she still has that relationship. I did forget to talk about, let me see. Oh, Nyx. Nyx is their goddess that I wouldn't really call worship, but it's the person that, like, I mean, I guess you could call it, like, worship. I mean, it's their god, you know how, like, you know, we have our god in the real world, you know, in our world that we pray to and all of those things. They have Nyx, and Nyx has actually made appearances throughout the series, like, so she's actually real, and it's not just this fake thing, and she's the one who gives them their gifts and their affinities and kind of watches over the whole entire vampire community. And so whatever Nyx says goes, basically, and she's like this figure that you don't really ever see. You just know that she's there, and sometimes what's her face? Zoe talks to her sometimes, and she prays to her, and so that's Nyx, and she's this beautiful, beautiful girl, or woman. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what, you know, Nyx is to them. It's spelled N-Y-X. Oh, another cool thing about this series is vampire is spelled V-A-M-P-Y-R-E. So that's cool. I think that's really cool. That's spelled completely different than, you know, the traditional vampire. Oh, another thing. I think I kind of mentioned it, but not even if you make it to the House of Night. The House of Night is kind of like I didn't even explain that. The House of Night is a school, and they say it's 4 years that you go through. Wow, I probably should wrote that down. I completely forgot what the 4 like grades are called. They're like called something completely different. But there's 4 grades that you have in the House of Night, and you go to class, and you go to, you know, regular school. You take regular classes, and you take classes, I think you take regular classes, maybe not, about how to become a vampire, you know, what you're going to expect when you become a vampire. But not everyone will become a vampire. Your body may reject the change, and you will die. So I forget what the statistics are, but like 1/3 or something of the fledglings their body will reject the change, and they will die. So once you make the change, if you're lucky enough to do that, then you will, your crescent moon will become filled in, and you will get these face framing tattoos, and everybody's are different. Like, their sword master has, like, weapon type stuff or whatever on his face, I don't know. But everybody's is completely different. So, and another thing, I mean, you find out in this book, anyways, I'm not really giving anything away, is another thing that's different about Zoe is that I think she does something like really miraculous in this book, and she gets tattoos on her face. And throughout the series, she gets more and more tattoos all over her body, which no vampire has ever gotten tattoos anywhere on their body besides their face. So she is very, very special and very, very unique. So, yeah. That's pretty much what this book is about. Yeah. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the other books. I mean, I can if you guys want me to. I can explain. I mean, there's 9 books. I can review all of them for you if you want me to. But I'm just going to show you guys the covers of the other books. Okay, so the second one is Betrayed. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with her hair. I wish my hair was that long and beautiful. Oh yes, that's another thing I forgot to tell you guys. Not that it's really, significant, but when you become a fledgling, everything starts to grow like faster. So like your eyelashes grow like longer and thicker, and your hair, everything that a girl would want basically, and your hair grows longer. Like every single fledgling has long hair because their hair grows like insanely fast and it gets super thick. And I wish I had my hair like that. That's why her hair is like down to her butt. But yeah. And this is Chosen, the 3rd book. See, if you see, these are like all the covers are like have these tattoos on them, and that's kind of like what they're supposed to be, is the tattoos that they get, kind of just pretty artwork on the covers. The 4th one is Untamed. So you can see the tattoos on her shoulder, which has never been heard of before. The 5th one is Hunted. Sorry, I almost forgot what the name was. Hunted. And sorry if you guys haven't read the first book yet, but I get some of these they don't really give away what's happening, but kind of. I mean, if you knew what was going on, then you would be like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Tempted. There's a guy in this cover. There's lots and lots of romance in these books. Like, Zoe has like 5 boyfriends. But yeah. This is Burned, and I don't have the dust jacket for this. I lost it. I think it's somewhere under my bed. I don't even know how it went under there. But the thing that I think is really cool is that even the covers, like most covers, like without the dust jacket, this is hardcover, without the dust jacket, they're just so plain and boring. But these, it still is so pretty. Like, I don't know if you guys can even tell. There's like designs, like all the tattoos are still like all around, like they're even on the back side. I think you guys can see. I can't really tell on my little thing. The 8th book is Awakened, and yeah, this cover totally gives away what this book is about, but oh well. The 9th one is Destined. Oh, you can really see the tattoos on this one. I'm just in love with these covers. I think they're so pretty. And look at that guy. Oh my god. That was the last book that is out so far, Destined. So that's the last one that came out. I'm not sure when the next one comes out, but she's optioned for 12 books in the whole entire series. Or she's like I don't even know what it's called. But she is supposed to make 12 books in the whole series. And I mean, that doesn't mean that she isn't going to make more than 12, but I mean, the series is kind of getting long. And each book, I mean, the books only last like a few days. So like after like the 5th book, only like a month had gone by. Or like, I don't know, it was really weird. But it's like there's so many books, and like I think they optioned, somebody bought the movie rights to this. I forget what like company did, but they cannot make movies on like each book. There's no way. These books are so short period of time, and like only one thing happens, and sometimes like not even a major thing happens in each book. So it's like, I think sometimes the books are like filler books, and then like the next book will be like really, really good. but it's just kind of building up to what the next book is going to be. So I think like for the movies, they'll probably combine some of the books together, because otherwise they can't. I mean, how are you going to make a movie out of like one day? I mean, I guess people do, but whatever. There are also like side stories along with the series. I'll get to that in a second, but they also came out with these other like, I mean, they always come out with like different books for like, you know, like the Hunger Games has like different, I don't know, just different like little things that go along with it. Like every fledgling that comes into the House of Night, they get this thing called a Fledgling Handbook, and she made one. PC Cast and Kristen Cast. Oh, I totally forgot you. That's who wrote these books. PC Cast and Kristen Cast. They're a mom and daughter. So yeah, she wrote it, the Fledgling Handbook, so you can actually buy it. I thought it was really interesting to read. I mean, it gives you so much more, and I mean, some of it you already know when you go through and read the books because it tells you, but like some of this is just like so interesting to see like where their certain rituals came from, or like just different things, because there's so much mythology and folklore, and like they did so much research for this series. It's insane. So yeah, this is the Fledgling Handbook that they get when they get to the House of Night, and it's just, there's lots and lots of pictures, and I don't know, pictures are fun. The artwork is amazing in here. Like, let me find one that's, I think, is really pretty. Let's see here. Like this one. This is supposed to be a vampire, like, way back in the day. I don't even know. But, like, it's just, like, so pretty. I don't know. Okay. And this book is called Nyx in the House of Night. This is an interesting, really interesting book. I started reading it. It's pretty long. These are essays that were compiled that PC Cast asked these people to write. They're essays about the series kind of, and like where they got their folklore and like their mythology from. So it's very, very interesting, like stuff I've never even like heard of. And there's really good artwork in this too. Like, look at this. That's amazing. Like, that's so cool. Oh, this one I opened up is actually Kristen Cast's essay. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't made it that far. I've only like, I don't know, that far into the book. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I like it. And then, okay, so there's side stories along with this, and I think she only has 2 out so far. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Lenobia's Vow just came out. Lenobia is their horse instructor, and if you read the last book, I'm pretty sure it has to do with her love that she had for a human when she was younger. So, oh yeah, another thing I'm going to tell you is really, really cool. They like don't age. I mean, they do. So like a, I don't even know, like 1,000-year-old vampire only looks like she's like 40. You know? So, and like, I don't know, a few 100-year-old vampire still only looks like she's like 20. So I think that's really cool. So I mean, they don't live forever, but they live like basically forever, like for a very, very, very long time, because they age, like their aging process is like 200 years for every like 1 year or something. I don't know, it's really weird. This next one, the one that is out, it came out a while ago. This is called Dragon's Oath. Dragon is their sword instructor that I talked about earlier. This book actually came out, I think, after, I forget which book it was. I think the 8th one, either the 7th or the 8th one. I think it was the 8th one. And if you read this before then, you kind of won't really know what's going on. This book is about his love for his, I think it's his wife, Anastasia. She's the girl on the sword right there. Yeah, it's about his love for her and how they met, and you know, but then it ends up in the end of the book, it goes like kind of back to the beginning, like present day, where they are in the book series. So I think you have to read this after like a certain book, otherwise you're gonna like spoil what happens. Yeah, so I think you have to read this after one of those books, otherwise you won't know what's going on. Yeah, or you'll ruin it for yourself. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the series. Yeah, like I said, if you guys want me to go back into reviews of all of the books and like kind of like if you've read the book and you want me to do a review on it, so I can like actually go into depth and like kind of tell you what happens, and you know, tell you my take on it. I can do that. So yeah, just tell me in the comments below what you guys want me to do. And right now I'm reading the Shiver, or it's called The Wolves of Mercy Falls series. I'm really liking it. That's probably going to be my next book review. I'm on the last book right now. This is, I don't have the first, well I do have the first book, but I ordered them offline, like from used bookstore or whatever, and the first one didn't come with the dust jacket, so like you wouldn't really know what the heck the covers look like. So this is the second book. They all basically, all of them look like this. They all look exactly like this except for the first book is blue, so like the designs are blue. This one's green, this is the second one, and the third one is red, and I think it's so cool. Sorry, I'm going into this and I shouldn't. The writing inside is the color. It's like it's dark green on the inside, but okay, whatever. My third book though, that I'm reading, looks completely different because I ordered this one used as well. And apparently this is the UK version of the book. There's not really anything different about it, except for they use like the metric system. So they're saying like kilometers and centimeters and stuff, which is a little interesting to get used to, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, this is the book that I'm going to be coming out with next. Yeah, I really love the House of Night series. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to review the House of Night series more. Yeah. Oh, don't really know what else to say. I should probably just go. Please subscribe if you love these videos. I don't really have any subscribers yet, so I would really appreciate it. And like this video if you, thumbs up. Like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Probably going to be coming out with a makeup video next. Probably a how-to for everything, you know, like concealer and foundation, how you use it, what it looks like, you know, for basics. Yeah. Go check out my channel. Okay, I'm done rambling. See you guys later. Bye.